Hi students, let's look at the second example of how to evaluate negative decimal with multiple operators in the expression. So let's look at question 4b. So for question 4b, right, first thing we need to identify what are the different operators in this expression. So we have a order, because there's a to the power of 3, there's a multiply, there's a divide, because there's a fraction, and there's a addition. So in this case, right, we need to start off with the order first. So what does to the power of 3 means? It means there are 3 sets of something. So in this case, right, the 3 sets of something will be the negative 0.2 inside the bracket. So this to the power of 3 applies to everything inside the bracket. So in this case, when we want to rewrite it, it will be negative 0.2 times negative 0.2 times negative 0.2. Then the rest we just copy down times 27 over 0.8 plus 0.105. So when we multiply, right, whenever there's, in this case, right, negative times negative will give us a positive number, but positive times negative give us a negative number. So if you notice, right, whenever there's an odd number of negative numbers, it will always give us a negative number. But when there's an even number of negative number multiplied together, it will give us a positive number. So let me write this down. So odd number of negative multiply or divide with one another overall will be a negative number. But when we have even number of negative number multiply or divide one another, it will give us a positive number. And this one makes sense because we always say that negative times negative give us a positive number. So when all the negative number they can pair up with one another to multiply, it always give us a positive number. So for this case, right, we'll get negative number as an overall because they are negative odd number. So for the terms inside 0.2, I convert it to fractions. 2 over 10 times 2 over 10 times 2 over 10. So when I multiply together, it will give me 8 over 1000. So why do I put it as 8 over 1000? Because it will be a fraction that I'm familiar with when I want to convert it back to decimal. So in this case, I convert it back to decimal. So 8 over 1000 is equivalent to negative 0.008 in decimal form. So now negative 0.008 times 27 over 0.8 plus 0.105. So for this case, right, we have a times, we have a plus. So our next rule will be to evaluate terms with the multiply sign. So for the multiply sign, we need to simplify it. So in this case, negative 0.008 times 27 over 0.8. So I know that 8 is a common factor. So I divide by 8, negative 0.001 and 0.1. So when I divide negative 0.001 with 0.1, this will give me negative still remain behind because negative number divided by a positive number, you still give me a negative number. So in this case, it will be negative 0.01 times 27 plus 0.105. So negative 0.01 times 27, right, just means 27 set. No, 27 times 1. So in this case, negative 0.27. So now I'm left with negative 0.27 plus 0.105. So since there's a negative number and there's a plus, so I just treat it like subtraction like that. But in this case, I'll put the bigger number on top minus the smaller number. So I subtract 10, 5, 6, 1, 0.165. So I'll get 0.165. But in this question, right, since negative number is bigger, so negative 0.27 is bigger than 0.105. So my overall answer will be negative 0.165. So this will be my final answer. So please try out the practice question that will be assigned to you in the subsequent part. Thank you.